Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. Baofeng is at it again with the UV-17R. Another radio from Baofeng under $30. Let's go take a look. The moment we've all been waiting for. This is the new Baofeng UV-17R with an FCC ID of 2AJGM-UV17. For those of you that are playing along at home with the FCC ID game, let's see what we get in here. We get, no peeking at the radio, we get a manual that's all bent up. Anything good in this manual? I guess first off, how much of it is actually English? Oh, all of it is English, okay. Let's see, does it have something in here that would be useful, like how to program a repeater? I'm not seeing it. I see frequency search, I see dual watch, I see stop timer, I see a whole bunch of stuff, but nothing about like programming a frequency. I don't know. You guys see anything about programming a frequency in there? I see frequency mode, and it's half a page. Making a call is a third of a page. I don't know, like, to me, the most important thing I'm gonna need an owner's manual for is to figure out how to program in a repeater or, you know, something along those lines. The buttons I can kind of figure out on my own. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Serial number, FCC ID, 2AJGM UV17, which does match. I guess 2AJGM is probably the manufacturer code, and then UV17 is the model, because this is a UV17. Oh, the screen's scratched up. Does it have a screen protector on it? It looks like it has a screen protector on it, but it doesn't have a little lift tag to lift it off. Am I making it worse? Nope, I got it. There it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. So those scratches were on the screen protector, not on the screen, so it did its job. All right, battery, 32 watt hour, 8.4 volt charge limit voltage. It's a 7.4 volt battery, 1800 milliamp hour. So this is the same size as the old-fashioned battery was. All right, let's get that thing plugged in, and you have to screw it on in order to keep it in place. So no quick maneuvers to get this battery off. Maybe like a quarter or something when you're in the field, but it's not going to snap off easy, which, you know, has its pros and cons. It could fly off at any moment if it was just a snap-on, right? So we got minus and positive for drop-in charging. We have a little flashlight type setup at the bottom, flashlight button there. Looks like GPS symbol at the top, so we have to explore that a little bit. Extra buttons. Build quality is pretty good overall. That looks like the standard K connector to me. Pretty good so far. Antenna, slightly better than the old-fashioned Baofeng rubber duck. Not bad at all. It says FM 136 through 174 and 400 through 520. We'll check that out as time marches on. Charging cradle with an AC plug on it. I kind of wish they would do like a barrel jack or something there, and then I could input DC or whatever. I mean, most of us in our ham shacks have 12 volts DC pretty readily available. And it comes with this cradle adapter for the UV17. It says, warning, UV17. So if you had something other than a UV17, so it doesn't fit unless you put this in. So we shall put that in. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. You can get used to that. Holds it directly upright, so it's good for sitting on your desk. All right, let's get that out of the way. Lanyard, super secret FBI earpiece, and a belt clip. And this is a screw-on belt clip, and the belt clip screws onto the body of the radio, so you can change the battery. Oh, look, just in case you were curious, it says battery. You can change the battery out without changing out the belt clip. Let's get that fixed real quick. Make sure I put that back before I get yelled at. Let's take a quick look at the power on. So far, I am really impressed with the quality of this radio. This is definitely about 10 steps north of quality build feel from the old UV5R. So if you are looking for a much more durable, I mean, it's got some heft to it, a good feeling radio, then this is a good place to start. Let's see.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome. Channel mode. All right, excellent. I'm going to assume that this green button is the menu button here. Let's take a look through these guys. Squelch, step, 2.55, etc. Transmit power high, low, save, Vox, wide or narrow, ABR, TDR, beep prompt, TOT, RT, R-CTCSS for receive, RDCS, TCTCSS, TDCS, scan. So you could scan for a CTCSS tone if you were on an active repeater and wanted to know how to transmit into it. Scan DCS, CDCSS save mode for all, or I bet that's RX or TX only. Yep. I'll save it for all. Voice to turn off the Baofeng lady. Language, DTMFST, S code, SC rev, PTT ID is off, both, and end of transmission, beginning of transmission. PTT length, I guess. We'll leave that where it was. MDF-A, MDF-B, BCL, auto lock, SFTD, offset, memory channel for saving memory channels, deleting memory channels for deleting memory channels, all mod, alarm mode, STE, RP, STE, RPTRL, Roger, tone, menu exit time, Vox delay, power on message. Oh, you can change the logo or the voltage. I'm gonna set it to voltage. Voice pry, reset, power on password. Oh, you can password protect your Baofeng. Stopwatch, because I've never known how many times I've been out in the field and needed a stopwatch and didn't have one. Same thing with the flashlight that these things include. They're always bragging about their flashlights. Firmware version 1.04, hardware version 01. And then we're back to the top of the menu. Let's exit the menu, and then let's turn it off. And now it's supposed to have a new intro screen. Voltage 7.8. All right, so according to the battery indicator, she's got half a charge from the factory. Let's see how clean it is. Everybody's favorite time. We're gonna check out whether this thing is clean or dirty. I'm gonna need a couple of things. I'm gonna need an attenuator. This is a 40 dB attenuator at 10 watts so that we can make sure that we do not destroy our Tiny SA. And this is my Tiny SA Nano VNA Go box, because my Tiny SA and my Nano VNA have a whole bunch of parts that could get lost, and I don't want to lose any of those parts. So that's why I have this set up here. And if you need more information on this bag, there will be a video linked at the top there for you. But let's get her all set up. There you go. That's all it takes. You need the radio into the attenuator into the Tiny SA. And now we need to do some Tiny SA work. All right, let me walk you through the settings we need on the Tiny SA to handle this setup here. We want to go into measure and pick harmonics of 146.52 megahertz. And then we want to go into display. We want to draw a line at minus 16.02, 1x. So that way it's 1602 and not 3204. And then we want to set the level with an external gain of minus 40 to account for the attenuator. Now we've got that at minus 40, and you see that line dropped right down there. And then we need to turn the radio on. We are now set on 146.520. Transmit power is high. Key down and see where our harmonics are. All right, looks like it is all sorted out, and that does not look all that good to me. We are at 33 dBm on the primary, and we are at minus 18.4 on the secondary. Let's do low power. All right, now we're on low power, and you can see that with the little L on the screen at the top here. Not looking good here either. 29 dBm on the primary and minus 10 on the secondary. All right, I saw nothing in those menus about GPS. What do you guys think? Let's take a look. Let's go to the back, to the index. Is there an index? Appendix, 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 appendix. Okay, so there's no index. That's a fail on that part. Let's see about GPS, 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 GPS. To be fair, it didn't say it had GPS. It just had what looked like a GPS icon on it. And I am seeing nothing in here about GPS. Okay, but to me, that looks like, hey, look at me, I've got GPS. What do you think that looks like to you? I mean, there's plenty of room in here to put a GPS receiver in, because I've seen smaller radios that have them. You can see it's bigger than the old Baofeng, which is about the same size as the FT70. Still a pretty good looking radio. And there's your side shot. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier. And then you see what I was talking about those antennas? The new Baofeng antenna looks kind of quality compared to the old Baofeng antenna. The old Baofeng antenna reminds me of a coffee stirrer. What's the power output on this thing like? And for our next test, we have the Shorecom SW102 with its handy-dandy calibrated ground plane. We have the Baofeng's included antenna, the rubber duck, and this thing is going to do us a big favor and measure power output for us. We are already set to high power, you can tell by the H there, and we are on 146.52. So let's take a look. 5.46, 1.14 SWR, and the frequency it reports is 146.52, so that is good to go. Let's do low power. I saw 2.88 at the start, 2.62 watts, 1.14 to 1 SWR, and it is still reporting 146.52, so it's good to go there. Let's change up to 70 centimeters.
4, 4, 6, 0, 0, 0.
And then we're still on low power like we were last time. Let's take a look. 2.8 at 1.8, 1.9 SWR, and you can see that it is 446 on the frequency reference there. Let's change our power setting.
Menu. Power. Confirm.
5.10 at 1.93, and again, proper signal reading of 446. So it's doing pretty good on power. There is 2 flashlights. There's strobe. There's none. All right. Let's do a receive test on the UV-17R while transmitting from an old UV-5R. See how this baby sounds. Kilo Mike 9 Golf testing 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Kilo Mike 9 Golf clear. Now we're going to take the UV-17 and transmit into the old faithful, the old blue Baofeng. Let's see how it sounds. Kilo Mike 9 Golf testing 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Kilo Mike 9 Golf clear. All right, we're going to check out 2 different things here. We're going to look at how this screen looks in daylight. It actually looks better in person than it does on the camera. Not bad at all. And then let's look at this little part down here underneath of the frequency where you can see it says RSSI and has a little bar graph. So let's...
Patchy fog in the morning. Highs around 80. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the lower 60s. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, highs in the lower 80s.
That's not bad at all. So it's like 2 bars.
Up to 25 miles per hour.
And then we come over here and we've got 5 or 6 bars.
Lows in the mid-60s. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour.
That doesn't look bad at all in daylight. Whew! The UV-17R from Baofeng. You know, there's some good things to say about it. There's some bad things to say about it. You guys saw the test results on the Tiny SA. Maybe I got a bad one. I don't know. However, that doesn't mean that this thing is entirely useless. For 30 bucks, you can come up with a lot of things to do with this. A couple of the things I can think of off the top of my head is fox hunting, because it has the signal strength indicator like I showed you with the weather frequencies. You can decode SSTV images, and you can find these coming from our friends on the ISS floating overhead many times a day, many times during the year. They will do an entire set of QSL cards that they will download from space into your Baofeng. So you could do that. Monitoring the Weather Channel like I did, $30 for a Weather Channel radio isn't too bad. Figuring out some of the frequencies that your local repeaters are on and listening to them. This could be a good backup radio. There's a lot of different things that you can do with a radio like this, even if it is dirty on transmit for the price. Would I recommend that you buy a better radio that's clean? Definitely. Would I say if somebody gave this to you to throw it in the trash? Probably not. Lots of things you can do with lots of different kinds of radios. There will be a link in the description down below where you can get more information on this radio and even pick one up if you so desire. There's a video right over here I think you might enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.